Dear Heavenly Father, please forgive us because we sin every day. Darkness surrounds us, lost on the wrong path where our minds can easily decay. Allow me to be a beacon of hope for those who are led astray. The darkness is vast, but the light is here to stay. Lord, be with us, guide us, and protect us. These are the words I pray. Hopefully, I can shine my light so bright, it'll light up the world someday. Welcome back to the pod. This is Lights Please podcast, and this is your host, your editor, and your producer, everybody's favorite homeboy, Kurt. Blessed to be on this side of life one more time. And like I said, I'm gonna try to, trying to get to the hustle, you know what I'm saying, for this month. I've been doing a lot of editorial stuff and learning new things. So anyways, as you can see, you know what I'm saying, I got a little pizzazz in the background or whatever, you know what I'm saying, a little epilepsy warning. just a little pizzazz, you know what I'm saying. It ain't nothing new. Like Kirk ain't got no new money, so don't even come like that. But anyways, we got some business to handle today. I feel like it's my duty to ruffle a few feathers. You know what I'm saying? If you really know me, then you know that I love playing devil's advocate. If you truly know me, then you understand that I'm the friend that always tell you what you need to hear and not what you want to hear. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, so like I said, we got some good old business to get down to. And anyways, like I said, we got some business to get on down to today. Like I said, I am going to ruffle a few feathers. This is going to be what I like to call, if the shoe fit, wear it type message. You know what I'm saying? But first, before we get to any of that, you know we have to push some P. All right. As you know, this is pushing P, or we're pushing positivity out into the world, one daily affirmation at a time. You know, when I first started the podcast, and one thing I wanted for surely was to just push some type of, I ain't gonna say some type, but I want to keep pushing the narrative of always being positive out into the world. You know what I'm saying? And my goal for pushing P is to always try to give somebody an extra portion of positivity. So, you know, like I said, since we're getting personal today, I'm going to give y'all one of my favorite quotes of all time. I don't even know the man like that, but I seen the quote. It was like back in high school. And if you really think about it, let it marinate in your spirit, you would understand. So the quote we have today is, don't let yesterday take up too much of today. And when I think about it, you know, all we have literally is today. Like, yesterday's gone. If you made it through yesterday, then you know what I'm saying, hallelujah, let's celebrate. But all we have is today. So whenever you dwell on yesterday, or if you anticipating tomorrow, then you already failed today, because you're not living today as if this is the only day that you have. Like I said, let it sizzle in your spirit. And I know a lot of people take a lot of their woes with them from day to day, and I want everybody to, have something to have some little substance. Then when you wake up in the morning, you'll think to yourself, you know what? I ain't gonna worry about yesterday. I ain't gonna worry about tomorrow. I'm just gonna attack today for what it is. All right, so we're gonna roll on into today's business. Today's episode is entitled "Pride is the Devil." I think it got a hold on me. You know what? Let me chill out. But now I want y'all to come on in, have a seat, get comfortable, whatever, rub your feet together. If you just don't go to sleep on me. But come on in and get comfortable. We got some stuff to unpack today. And like I said before, this is gonna be if the shoe fit, wear it type message, you know what I'm saying? But in my personal opinion, and I'm gonna say personal because we're gonna get, like I said, we getting personal today. I'm gonna mainly be talking about me and my situations, you know what I'm saying? All right, so I think it's high time for us to let go. And what I mean, and you know what I mean by let go. You know exactly what I mean. You know what I'm saying? You complain about it all the time, and you let everybody know what the situation is and whatnot, but yet you're still in the same situation that you've been in yesterday, tomorrow, the day before yesterday, 2 weeks ago, 3 months ago, you know what I'm saying? And one thing I came here to tell you today is you can't put out a fire while you're standing in the middle of it. I'm gonna let that sizzle in your spirit. But as you know, when you sit, you know what I'm saying, if the stove is hot, right, and you accidentally touch it one time, then your brain automatically like, you know what, I shouldn't touch that stove no more. But then sometimes, we as humans, we go against our better judgment, and we keep touching that hot stove knowing it's hot. We know it's hot. We know the stove hot. But you know what I'm saying? I guess I don't even know what to call it, but it's just something in our human nature to be like, you know what? I'm gonna touch again and see if it's still hot. You know what I'm saying? But let's unpack and let's get specific. Let's get specific. You know what I mean? And what I mean by in today's message is it's your pride. Your pride is in the way of you like obtaining personal success. And what I mean is, you know exactly what I mean when somebody's too prideful, because I am a very prideful person, and I can speak from experience from this because, well, like I said, we're gonna get into it because I had a lot of situations where I was far too prideful, and all I had to do was just, open my mouth. But what I mean is, like, usually bad things happen to everybody, right? Bad things happen to everybody. You shouldn't be sitting over there helping like an emotional pity party because you stuck in this bad situation you got yourself into. And that's another thing I'm gonna talk about today, because a lot of situations that we are in are self-sabotaging. You know what I'm saying? We self-sabotage ourselves to either be in a situation or to wiggle ourselves out of a good situation. You know what I'm saying? And when when you're too prideful, you can be like me, just like not embarrassed, but like you just so hesitant to ask. And because I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna speak in terms of myself. I really, 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 really hate asking people for anything. Like, I really, really, really hate asking people for help, and that's mighty toxic of me. I can say that. I can say that's mighty toxic of me. And then on the other side is too proud, like you too stuck in your pride to just let stuff go. Like let bad things go. Like let stuff walk out your life. Let people walk out your life. And so let me show you what I mean. I'm gonna use me as an example, as I do in all my episodes. I'm always using me as an example because in order to fix a problem, you have to acknowledge there is a problem in the first place. So, like I said, I'm gonna use me as an example. So once upon a time, I was just a struggling bachelor. I was a struggling bachelor, living paycheck to paycheck. I was working at Walmart at this particular time, and I had just moved out of. I used to stay in these student living homes with my homies, my real good college friends, and I didn't have a car at the time. So let's start off with that. So I didn't have no transportation, so I quite literally had to depend on people for a lot of things. And I ain't gonna say for a lot of things. I'm gonna say I had to depend on people for rides to get to place because I had money to do stuff that I needed to do. If that makes sense, does it make sense? All right, but yeah, I had just moved out of there, moved back to my grandma for a minute until I found me an apartment because I just didn't feel right moved back in my grandma at the time. So I found me a little apartment. I should have been finding me a little car. You know what I'm saying? Or at least be trying to find me a little car or something, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, living paycheck to paycheck, no car, I had no transportation. So I was kind of forced to ask people for help. And it cracked a chip in my pride every time I had to. It literally, every time I had to, it just cracked a little chip in my pride. And to be honest, I think I made my life like 1 million times more harder whenever I didn't ask for help because like I spent a lot of days where I had to walk either to work or from work because I didn't want to bother nobody. Or it was just the overall aspect of asking people. I ain't gonna say people because I don't ask people for help. I ask my family, and I ask if I think you're a really, really close friend. If I ever ask you for something, that means you're a friend to me. Because I don't ask random strangers for help, first of all. Anyways, it's just the act of asking for help because it's that vulnerable side of pride that people are afraid of. Like, you know what I'm saying? People, you don't really want for other people to see them as weak. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I thought of it because, I had a very strong mom. She worked 2 jobs and she took care of her mom, her sister, and her 2 kids, and her sister 2 kids all at once with those 2 jobs. So I'm just used to seeing like a strong human being just take care of things, never complain about nothing, and just got stuff done. And that's how I wanted to be, but I was just, I wasn't in the position to be that type of provider because I was behind in life. Yeah, so the ultimate point was that I just didn't have the financial literacy to be as stable as I wanted to be. And also, like I said, I made some early fails in my life, so I had to really backtrack. I had to backtrack a lot in my adult life. So having to backtrack and try to move forward at the same time is kind of hard. And it's, like I said, most of our problems of being too prideful comes from the overall the vulnerability of being seen as weak. It's just I want to just to add to that. It's just I just didn't want to be seen as a bum, and I didn't want the public perception of being a bum. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean by when I say bum. Whenever you see a person that's just. But anyway, y'all know what a bum is. I ain't gotta explain to y'all what a bum is, but what I learned in actuality, that being a bum is a state of mind. There's somebody who don't want to change, who can't fathom, bettering themselves, who wants to stay in the same place, and whoever, don't want no good for him. That's a bum. That's bum mentality. That's what I call bum mentality. But anyway, so I never really had like a bum's mentality because I always was striving to be the best person that I could be with whatever I had. So like I said, I'm too proudful. Like some days I'll sit back and I'll walk to work because I'm too proudful to be like, hey bro, He'll drop me off at work, you know what I'm saying? Because I ain't want to, in my eyes, it was a burden. It was a burden on people. And what I learned later on in life, that when you're struggling and people notice that you're trying, it's not necessarily a burden anymore, because of the fact of, it's not, you know what I'm saying, it's not really a burden anymore because of the fact of how forward, you know what I'm saying, forward thinking you are, and how humble you are, and you know what I'm saying, how you treat others, you know what I'm saying, even while you struggling, you know what I'm saying. If you're a type of person to always give the clothes off your back for somebody, you know what I'm saying, even though you don't got much. And like I said, people see that, and it worked out for me because I was always I'm prideful in the sense of I don't want nobody to see me weak. And I don't like asking for help. I'm always trying to figure stuff out on my own. And that's kind of a toxic mentality to have, because like I said, nobody can do stuff alone. Nobody can do anything alone, especially in this life and this economy. Nobody can do nothing alone. But like I said, this mentality I had when I first got in my 20s, that I could just do everything myself, and I don't need nobody. I'm self-made and all that extra stuff. But like I said, whenever you discover that it's people out here that is like willing to help you no matter what, and they'll never make you ever feel like a burden, and that type of when you reach out, that type of, I want to say, yeah, that type of love, it just brings you closer together. Because you know what I'm saying, you be down and out, and then you ask somebody, you just get down to your last dollar, and you just say, man, look, you borrow $10, and that person give you $35. Your whole life just lit, you know what I'm saying, your everything about you just lit up because that person did more than what you asked for, because of the type of person you are, you know what I'm saying. And that happened to me on multiple occasions, where this happened for my mom a lot. It's my mom, it don't count, but sometimes I call and ask my mom, like, hey mom, let me borrow $20, and I check my cash app and there's $100 in my cash app. I'm like, mom, you did not have to do all that. But she know me, that I don't like asking for stuff, and she know that I probably ask for the bare minimum, and I probably eventually need more than that. But to the point that I was making, that like I said, when you discover those type of friends and families out there, and then that's willing to help you, then you know what I'm saying, your bond will get a little bit closer, because like, man, you was there in my darkest hour. You was there when I was down to my last, and you was there when I was just bumming out, you know what I'm saying. But all in all, you know what I'm saying, and being too powerful, I discovered that there's two sides of being too powerful, right? You know, you have the side of, like I said, me. You have the I'm gonna call that my own personal pride. Just not asking for help when you need it. And then you have this other side of where you're too powerful to let go of something bad and let things walk out your life that are bad, because you feel like there ain't nothing like better for you out there, and you're not more deserving of good things to come into your life, pretty much. So you too powerful, like, I can't let this go, because if I do, I won't never find it again. In reality, you need to let it go, because you don't never need to find it again, because it's hurting you and you don't know it. But you know, being too powerful, it has killed a lot of relationships, friendships, and households for a long time. And we can break it down even further. You know, when you being too powerful, it also makes you very stubborn and hard-headed to a lot of things, especially red flags. When you see red flags in a person, or if you see red flags in a situation, you'll probably be like, you know what, let me try to flip this around, or let me try to fix this person. And I'll tell you this right now, fixing somebody is something you should never ever do. They have to get out of their own ways and figure out for themselves what type of person they want to be, and nothing you can do or say will ever change the person directly until that person decides, like, hey, I want to be a better person. So, like I said, being too prideful in the sense that you feel like you can fix everything, and you can fix people, and you can work miracles, and you know what I'm saying. And now you got yourself in this bad situation or this bad relationship where you trying and you trying and you trying, and then you don't know that it's like slowly killing like every piece of like love, or every piece of trust, and every piece of humanity you got in you, because you just giving this person everything to try to turn the tides. And you're giving this situation everything to try to turn the tides, and then what that person really doing is sucking the life out of you, and you don't realize what he or she is actually doing until you get ready to leave. And like, man, this person is really, really draining me. And like I said, it's a lot of times it's your pride that make you stick around in those situations where you be like, I know this ain't no good, but I'm gonna keep trying anyway. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm gonna speak in terms of me, because like I said, I spent many years being too prideful. Like I said, I used to have to walk from work. I ain't gonna say I have to. I didn't have to do anything. All I had to do was just call, because I had a brother, I had an aunt, I had friends. You know what I'm saying? So, but like I said, it was times where I was just like, you know what I'm saying, I get off work and I'd be like, man, I don't want to bother my brother, I don't want to bother my aunt. So I'll sit up there and I mob home from work, and my apartment was in Oak Grove. If you know Hattiesburg, I worked on the Walmart in 49. I'm from 49 all the way down to Oak Grove. So like I said, my pride made my life 1,000% harder than what it should have been, because I was trying to figure stuff out all on my own, and I was trying to just see what really playing the game of what's the worst that can happen. And I found out what the worst that can happen a lot of times, because like I said, that was a situation where I had just paid my rent, and my light bill had, you know what I'm saying, it was kind of high. It was summertime, and my light bill was kind of high, and I had bought something stupid. You know what I'm saying? I used to buy dumb stuff all the time anyway. So I bought something stupid. So I was a little short on cash after I paid my light bill. And I looked at my refrigerator and I didn't have no food in there. I mean, when I say no food, I mean no bologna, no noodles, no nothing in there. And I like, you know what? I got these $10. I can make $10 last a week. That's a lot. That's a lot. Them $10 went within the first day. I spent them $10 on the first day, and I was stuck with, I want to say I got paid on that Thursday. So I spent Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I spent 6 days just eating on crackers and bread, rolled up bread. And I would depend on when I got to work, because sometimes we'll have stuff at work to eat, and you know, some days I'll just be like, Lord, please. One of them days after I'm like, Lord, please have a little something to eat at work. And lo and behold, there's a little something at work. But like I said, I was sitting there just hungry, just being stupid. You know what I'm saying? And all I had to do was just ask my people for, you know, just a little change or something like that. So to add on to that, there was another situation where I was late on my light bill. I was behind. Like I said, being stupid, making dumb purchases and stuff. And one would think that if you didn't have a car, you would have some extra money on the side. But no, I was 20, 21, 22, spending money on dumb stuff. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't saving at all. So yeah, I was late on my light bill. And like I said, playing the dumb game of what's the worst that can happen. And I messed around and found out, and I came home one night, and it was just, I turned on the light, didn't turn on, lights was off. And I didn't have the money because it was a reconnection fee of $100. So they added to my bill. She said I need to pay the full amount to get my lights back turned back on. So I didn't have that, and I had to wait till I got paid, which was, I want to say, that following week. So not that following week. I got paid that Friday, but it was that my lights got turned off on that, I want to say, Wednesday. Yeah. It was a Wednesday. It was something short. It wasn't. I didn't have my lights off too long. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't off too long, but it was off for at least about 2 days because I came home and I just sat there in the dark like a dummy. And I'm just thinking, like, dang, how can I be so stupid? And like I said, once you sit there and realize how stupid some of the decisions you make, and you evaluate yourself, and then you get tired of yourself, and that's when your pride slowly starts to like chink away, and then you're like, man, you know what? I can't keep being this stupid all the time. And I never told my family about any of this, so this is the first time y'all hearing about this. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, like I said, I keep a lot of things to myself. I just didn't want to tell nobody about that, because like I said, I don't want to seem like a woe is me type guy. You know what I'm saying? I never want to be a woe is me type dude, ever. And like I said, that from that point forward in my mind, I said, you know what? If I get behind on something, if I actually need some real help, I'm just gonna reach out. And ever since then, I've been, honestly, I'm still perfect, but I've been a lot better at, I've been getting a lot better at tackling my problems head on, stop being stupid all the time with like decisions and stuff, and asking for help. And asking for help is really what got me out of that never-ending circle of minds that I had. Whenever I stopped being too prideful, and I asked for help, because my ultimate goal was to save money to get back in school so I can continue my education. Because I ain't want to have the bummy mentality forever. So that was my ultimate goal. I just kept getting, like, I was trying to save, and then I needed to buy this, and then I needed to buy that, and then it just seemed like, and then I got into the season where I found myself helping everybody out when I didn't have too much myself. You know what I'm saying? So I was stuck in the rut of, I'm helping these people out, or I'm helping this person out, and I really need to save money. But then I'm selfish if I don't help them out, because I asked for help and they helped me out. So I always want to return the favor to anybody. So like I said, I was stuck in this rut, and I finally asked for help, and it came when my in-laws, my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, they donated me half of the money that I needed to get back in school. And it came at a time where I was sitting on my couch, and I broke down, because one thing, because I'm gonna reveal some stuff today, because this is personal. Like I said, I don't have the best relationship with my father at all, and I believe that's the reason why I'm too prideful, because I think I want to unconsciously show him that I can do everything myself, and I don't need him, and I never needed him. It's just that's, like I said, that's a very toxic mentality to have. But like I said, I didn't have the best relationship with my father, and that's one person I think I would rather swim to Antarctica than ask him for anything. But I got down to in my mind, like, if I just asked, maybe this will help bring us close together, you know what I'm saying, type thing. And then I called one day, I was sitting on my couch, and I asked, and then he gave me this BS about going to the bank and getting the loan and all that bull crap. And I said, so it's a no, in a sense. He said, nah, man, I just ain't got it right now. Okay. And then I couldn't do nothing but just hang up the phone. And one thing give you a little backstory. One thing I know for sure that my father have is money. He is an only child. He has his own business. He's a licensed carpenter, electrician. He's a musician. He's a singer. He's a lot. He's basically the jack of all trades. He got 50 houses. He owns 2 apartment complexes. He's a landlord and all that stuff. So, like I said, one thing he always has is money. So when he say he don't got it, that just be flat out tell me no. So like I said, I couldn't do nothing but just hang the phone up, and I was sitting there crying. I ain't gonna just say I just like boo cried, but a couple tears started falling down my eyes. I'm like, bro, it took everything in me to ask you, my father, for help, and yet you still told me no. And that just made my pride even more, like it just built up a wall even more on my body. But and then my wife, she was asking, she didn't hear the conversation, but she was asking what I was crying for. And she came over there and consoled me. And then she went into the room, and then she came out. She went into the room all of 5-10 minutes. And then she came out, and then she said, my mom and my dad is gonna give you half of this money, and then I'm gonna give you a quarter, and then you figure out the other quarter to make a half, and then our 2 quarters and a half will make a whole. Now that, if like I said, that ain't, I don't know what I did to deserve for a beautiful wife and a beautiful extended family like that, but I don't know too many people that are just willing to just hand out money like that. But anytime me and my wife ever needed anything, they would be the first people I would call, or the first people I would ask for anything, because I know one thing, these are the most humble, the most dependable, the most loving people I've probably ever met in my life. And whenever I get this degree, I'm gonna put everybody's name on that degree that ever helped me out get this education, and their name gonna be in bold letters right under mine. But yeah, like I said, like when you are prideful, it can destroy a lot of the goodness that's in you. And because, like I said, in a sense, you're being way too selfish. You're being way too selfish, and like I said, any situation, any relationship can easily be tackled if you just break it down problem by problem. You don't have to tackle the whole thing. I learned, because I'm still learning. I ain't gonna say I learned, but I'm still learning that. I used to say, I'm gonna give you this quote, and if you church it, then if you church it, you'll know. You know, the old people in my church. But if you ever heard the quote, "You have not because you ask not." Closed mouths don't get fed, and that can apply to any situation that you're in that you feel like you can't get out of, or that you feel like that it's not worth getting rid of. Knowing that situation is bad to you. Because I ain't gonna lie, like I said, I'm gonna speak in terms of me. I sit there and I watch myself stay in relationships far too long because I felt like there was nothing else better in the world. I've only had I want to say 3, but I'm gonna say 2. I've only had 2 girlfriends in my entire life. And the first one that was the high school crush I was madly in love with. And like I said, I stayed in that relationship way longer than I should have, because once again, you're young and you're stupid and you don't realize what you're doing. That knowing, at the end, I could see what was going on. Like, she didn't really like me like that, but she didn't want to like hurt my feelings by, you know what I'm saying, breaking up with me. So she would kind of throw all these red flags and hoping that I would eventually see them. But I was so stupid and so prideful that I would ignore every red flag she threw. I was just as head over heels for her as I was since the first day I met her. And like I said, I really eventually wound up hurting myself when I figured out, like, dang, I could have been out of this situation. I could have been found something better, or better for me. Because like I said, I think the reason why I didn't let go, because I feel like I found the thing that was like, you know what I'm saying? I thought I found lightning in the bottle. And for me, I was like, nah, I can't let this go because I ain't gonna never find this again. Like I said, whenever I finally did and I realized what was going on, like, man, my pride really didn't let me let go of this. And I sit up there and I looked like a fool for 3 years. I lived like a fool for 3 years. And it wasn't just on it wasn't even just relationships, but I sat there and watched myself, and I went hungry, and I sat up there and I watched my lights get turned off, all because I didn't want to ask for help, all because I didn't open my mouth. And this old toxic mentality of just trying to handle stuff myself and thinking I'm just Bob the Builder and I'm Jesus the Carpenter. The one thing I learned that once you found those family members, those friends, and when I say friends, you know what I mean. I don't mean acquaintances, you know what I'm saying? Because if you're a real friend, or if you want to know you got a real friend, go through something. A real friend is going to be there through thick and thin, regardless of whether you broke, you up, you down, you left, you right, your left toe fell off, or whatever. A real friend going to be there regardless. And I don't think everybody deserves that title of friend, because I take that title of friend. I take my friendships very seriously. Like, you know what I'm saying? My circle been small since I came out the womb. And in order for me to call you a friend, we got to go through some stuff together. That's when I'll call you my friend. Because I consider my friends family. And once you in my family, then, you know what I'm saying, love knows no bounds. You know what I'm saying? I love you to death because you my boy, you my girl, you my family. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, but once you found those friends, those real friends and those real family members, that will help you no matter whatever the situation going on. Although be it whatever you know what I'm saying, hopefully it's positive and not you murdered somebody you need to help. But anyways, but the ones that help you out no matter whatever the situation going on, then like I said, you find yourself building bonds at that time. Because like I said, when people struggle together, or somebody see your struggle and they able to help you up, and then when that person turn around and struggle, you able to help them up, y'all relationships get a lot stronger. And that's the type of relationships you want to have, those unbreakable bonds where you know when your friend is down and out, and you're like, hey bro, you need some money, you know what I'm saying, you've been a little sad lately, or hey man, you want to go out to eat, and he'll hit you back and be like, nah man, I ain't got no money right now, and I ain't asked you all that, I said you want to go out to eat. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, in those situations, your pride can get in the way of a lot of beautiful things that can happen to you. And what I want and what I set out today was to encourage everybody to just open your mouth, say something, ask. You have not because you ask not, and see what happens. But like I said, there are a lot of people out here, when you ask for help, like my father, that'll just say no regardless, just to see how you know what I'm saying, how you gonna go, how it's gonna get done. And like I said, I'm a person of action. I'm gonna get stuff done regardless, because I come from I watched up there and watched my mom do stuff. She never complained about nothing, and I took after her mentality. I'll never complain about work, because one thing about it, and two things for sure, it's got to get done. Whether it's by me or the help of somebody else, it's got to get done. And so, like I said, if you ask for help and then them people say no, you got to get it by any means necessary. It's got to get done one way or another. And the one thing I think about nowadays, now that I'm in a better mental state, and I'm in a better financial state, and I'm in a better, just overall good climate with myself, that if the shoe was on the other foot for somebody else, and they really needed something, I was already that type. In me, I was already the type of person that would just give you whatever you needed. It don't matter the situation. Just, you don't even have to pay me back. And when you think about that in your own situation, if somebody ever asked you for help and you told them no, knowing you had it or you could have helped, and then you turn around and you in that same situation or a similar situation where you need help. That's what I like to use as an example when I say people are sometimes way too powerful or just stuck in their ways. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause there's a lot of people out here that'll be down for a long time. You know what I'm saying? No people just struggling for a long time, and then they'll come up and act like they was never down, or act like you can never be down, or you know what I'm saying? They're acting brand new to the situation, they're brand new to the struggle. And that really bothers me because, like I said, there was once upon a time where somebody had to help you up, reach out a hand and help you up, and now you don't want to reach back and help somebody. You know what I'm saying? Just overall, I just feel like pride gets in the way of a lot of beautiful things that could happen to you because, like I said, you are stuck in your ways, and you're stubborn, and you just don't want to let it go, or you just don't want to ask. Everybody looks at the embarrassment of asking for help, but there's a flip side of asking for help that I didn't quite see myself. There's a side that is of strength. You know how strong you have to be to ask somebody, hey man, look, I just don't have it together right now. Could you please help me out? That takes a lot of strength. That's a strong person right there to admit that, hey, look, I ain't got it. I can't right now. Could you help me? And using that newfound strength that you got, and God sees that, the universe sees that, people see that, and when you reach out like that, sometimes people have no choice but to help you out. You know what I'm saying? They just see a person that need it, and they see how humble you asked them, and they see how kind you were, and how you were as a person. And sometimes people, like I said, they have no choice but to just help you out. So yeah, once again, today has been what I like to call if a shoe fit, wear it type thing. You know what I'm saying? It's a size 12 for the day because I'm definitely talking about myself. Like I said, I've been way too prideful in my life, and one thing I learned these past 5 years, that life can become 1 billion times harder when you're trying to do everything by yourself. There ain't no point in life where you can just make it by yourself. Nobody on earth ever accomplished anything just by themselves wholeheartedly. Like, because even if you build yourself up to a certain status or to a certain point in your life, you're gonna need somebody else's help along the way. There is no way you can just go from zero to hero by yourself. You're gonna need the help of somebody. So you're gonna use human help. You're gonna use spiritual help. You're gonna use all types of help, whatever, in life, and that's just a fact of life. So once you realize that nobody does anything by themselves, then you can start to chink that armor off on you. You can start to wear it down, that powerful armor. And so I'll just keep hustling out there. You know, like I said, things got to get done regardless. But life is so much easier when people can share the load. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to another segment on the Life Please podcast, known as Hear Me Out, where we're going to take a look at some of the, the buzz around the internet, and we're going to kind of dissect them in my, that's the only way I can do it. So for today, we have something that's very recent that just came up a couple days ago, and everybody already got a few opinions on them. So we're going to listen for a minute and then I'm gonna say my 2 cents. So here we go.
Amanda Seales is the latest celebrity in the hot seat at Club Shay Shay, but her appearance hasn't garnered the same reaction as comedian Cat Williams. Instead of spilling the tea, the outspoken actress and activist sat down for a very frank discussion with Shannon Sharpe about her past experiences with race. But the conversation quickly went left and has some fans calling Shannon out for being anti-Black and dismissive of Black experiences. Take a listen.
In the situation at Disney, I was there as the only Black girl, and there was a whole crew. It's like 12 of us. And so I was called an N-word right there while I was there. And I was also bullied while I was there because I was told that you're only here because you're Black. You can't really dance. You're just here because you're Black, so don't get any ideas. So that's what I'm being told by the other children. Does that suffice as racist to you, or would you want to call it something else? Is that just kids being mean?
The kids.
Okay, her face says it all. Yeah. And here's the broader question, though. If you all have been following Club Shay Shay, he's bringing on all these celebrities, right?
Anyways, we ain't gonna listen to all that. You got the gist of it. And if you've seen the interview already, then you already know what's going on. So basically, what Uncle Shannon was saying that in this interview that what the streets are saying first is like he's being dismissive, he's not Black enough, and how dare he try to like diminish her experiences with whatever brand of racism she was bear witness to. And what most non-intelligent people don't know, okay, first and foremost, let's put things into context. She is on his podcast, right? So he's asking the questions. So in order to make a engaging podcast, you have to like interject sometimes and try to throw some and using that, like, you know, back and forth, he tried to throw some extra nuggets in there every now and then. Now, what he was saying before she made this statement about is that situation racist enough? It was the situation of when a white teacher in the 80s was being racist, and that was her experience with racism, and the way Shannon had like responded to what he was trying to, you know, be a good host and like try to, like, you know, trying to get the most out of the question that he asked was like, is it really racism, or we're not saying you was in your feelings, but was it really racism, or was you just like upset because a white woman did it to you? And that's something in the Black community that we have a lot of like growing to do wise. Like I talk to a lot of Black people, whether it be intelligent or unintelligent, that seems to think that every time a white person does something to you, it's got to be racism. And I feel like a person who has been on both sides of it, that everybody has their own personal like experiences and personal situations they went through with racism, but everything a white person does to you is not racist. You know, like I said, one thing about it, we'll never know like the true intentions of people's heart. But what you need to understand is racism is something when somebody is oppressing you or trying to keep you in a place or keep you out of a space because you are Black or of another, you know, race. And I ain't gonna say 9, I'm gonna say, let's be on the safe side, 7 times out of 10 that's not the case. If you go to McDonald's and a white lady didn't put ketchup on your burger, she not being racist. She probably just forgot. It's a long day, it's McDonald's, you know what I'm saying? Or if you walk into the local Walmart dressed to the T, you got tattoos on, you got your hood on, your pants halfway down to your ankles, and somebody start following you around. Look, let me tell you something. I'm Black, and I would follow you around. You want to know why? Because you look Like we hate to say this sometimes, but sometimes our appearance give off as what we are. Like it can be totally different. You can be the most intelligent brother with your pants hanging down halfway, but people that are intelligent usually dress in a certain way to, portray themselves as who they want to be. If you want to be a thug, you usually dress like a thug. So that's what people go off of, So all in all I'm saying is that I feel as though y'all need to back off Uncle Shannon, because he was just doing his due diligence as an interviewer, just to, trying to get the best out of the question that he had asked. And for those who feel like that he was being anti-black, the dude grew up in a shack with one bathroom. Like, come on. I'm pretty sure his grandma probably was not to talk. I don't know the lady, but his grandma probably was the one of the in the sharecropping generation. If you grew up in a shack in Georgia, I'm pretty sure you did. So he understands and has been going through probably his own brand of racism. But like I said, when you grow up and you get intelligent, you know how to like discern what is what and which is which. You know what I'm saying? Every situation ain't racist. Like I said, you got whenever we grow up as a community and learn that what racism actually is, and learn that white people are not I'm gonna say not all white people are out to try to get us. You know what I'm saying? So some white people, I went to school in a predominantly white institution. So I had my own personal experiences with racism, and I also had my personal experience was like some of my friends that I went to school with, I would do anything for because they they embraced me in a way that felt like family. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like I said, you can't, but like I said, you just can't judge all white people because of how the latter generations has been, even though history do tend to repeat itself. It's just more of you need to look, see what it is, and then discern and like break it down and digest it. Be like, okay, is this really racism or am I just in my feelings? You know what I'm saying? And that's all. Anyways, and remember to live life, never let it live you. This your boy Kurt, and I'm out. Lights, please.
Every night you stay on my mind. Every day, every night, you stay on my mind. Every day, every night, you stay on my mind. Every day, every night. On my